Hey, you too. Welcome back to my channel. This is the real Nathan Daley, and I'm your law enforcement translator. You guys, I have a great video for you today. Listen, as you know, I like to cover the things in Atlanta. There's always something going on, but this specifically, you guys, our DA, the district attorney for the city of Atlanta, is at it again. As you guys know, she has been throwing these Rico charges on these gang members slash rappers, and it's working. You guys, she's using every tool in her book to make this thing possible. You guys, this crime wave that's hitting the city is astronomical. It's out of control. A lot of people have died. A lot of people have been kidnapped, home invasions, hurt, drugs on the street. The violence is out of control. Innocent people are killed, you guys. This is Atlanta. I say it all the time. This is the new Gotham City, you guys. We have a whole lot of Robin with no Batman, you guys, no Batman. And I guess this is the new Atlanta. So listen, you guys, welcome to the channel. If you're not familiar, please take a look around. Please subscribe. Please hit the like button, as you guys know how that works. Would love for you to be a part of this channel. If you want to join, become a member. Would love your support, you guys. Listen, let's dive into the content. Okay, so here's the thing. We're going to be reviewing a press conference that the DA, Fani Willis, she is going over this long sweeping indictment of 20 plus gang members, you guys, from a multitude of different gangs. And they are being swept under the rug. Okay, we're looking at some serious charges, some strong charges, some strong evidence, and they also use rap lyrics as well, you guys. She breaks down what this indictment looks like, how many people, and also the victims, you guys. They're talking about this gang out here in Atlanta that's been targeting a lot of our celebrities that live in Atlanta. As you guys know, we have a lot of shows, reality shows here. They've been attacking and targeting these celebrities via social media, you guys. For those who like to put a lot of their personal business, there are people who are after you and would love to take advantage of that. Unfortunately, we live in an age, you guys, where you just cannot flex and flaunt your money without someone looking to take it from you. So anyways, let's dive into this press conference, you guys. I was completely blown away, but I'm not surprised, you guys. Ever since Fani Willis has got into office, she has been handling business. She's been cleaning things up, straightening things out. Kudos to her. Much respect to her. She had a rocky start because everything in the office was behind due to COVID, you guys, but she wasted no time. Shout out to her, shout out to her office, and shout out to the collaborations with the other local law enforcement, you guys. People are tired. They're tired. And these criminals are going from county to county, city to city, wreaking havoc. We're talking about a bunch of menace to societies out here wreaking havoc on neighborhoods and on innocent people. You guys, let's dive into this press conference, and it is off the chain.
New tonight, we are diving deeper into a big story out of Fulton County. 26 alleged gang members now facing 220 charges for a host of crimes, and it appears the intricate web was untangled in part because of social media. Hope Ford joins us now, and Hope, you dug into that 94-page indictment released today.
Yeah, that's right. The DA's office says the suspects used social media to target their victims who flaunted wealth online. But it appears the suspects' own social media accounts contains evidence that may be their undoing.
Alleged gang members brought up on Rico charges by District Attorney Fani Willis. The suspects tied to a 6-year-old street gang called Drug Rich.
They use things like prescription bottles and money symbols, and this is in their jewelry and their tattoos, and we see that present here.
Those symbols include the letters RX and Monopoly symbols, and the DA's office used those symbols and the suspects' social media to tie each other together, saying it's proof they knew each other, conspired together, and promoted their enterprise online. Suspect Kenzel Walker, going by Clairvoyant on Facebook, holding money while wearing a Monopoly chain. Walker, one of the suspects accused of breaking into Mariah Carey's home. Alleged gang member Robert Gunter, posting a photo of him holding a gun, wearing an RX hat and chain. Gunter, accused of attempting to break into an Atlanta United player's home. It's this song posted on YouTube featuring suspect Taylon Barnes. The lyrics, sticking people up, how you think I got those kicks on my feet, and creeping in our back door, take your stuff, then I sell it to my big bros. A photo of Barnes on Instagram holding a gun and wearing jewelry with RX insignia. Barnes accused of attempted murder and burglary. This is just a snapshot of evidence pulled from social media accounts of the 26 suspects, but Willis believes it connects each suspect to each other and multiple crimes.
Rico is a tool that allows a prosecutor's office and law enforcement to tell the whole story. And so we use it as a tool so that they can have all the information they need to make a wise decision.
And the DA's office used similar evidence against Young Thug, Gunna, and members of the alleged YSL gang in the May indictment of the rappers and 25 others. Legal experts' opinions differed on whether rap lyrics can or cannot be used as strong proof of crimes.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Today is another great day in Fulton County, another great day of crime fighting. We are here today to just let the public know that we are continuing our mission to target gangs, as we believe it is our #1 public safety deterrent crisis that we're in. I have to acknowledge the two men that are before me before I even start. This is the great Detective Needham and the great Detective Davidson from Sandy Springs Police Department. This was a collaboration, but you always have to acknowledge.
First, let me shout out Sandy Springs. I have friends that work over in Sandy Springs. Listen, good pay. They pay those officers good. They work hard. A lot of them are squared away. And yeah, they are out here dragging criminals. You guys, for those who don't know, Sandy Springs is home of a lot of victims of robbery and home invasions and things like that. It's a very affluent area, very wealthy area. But the criminals they do travel into that city and they cause a lot of havoc. The department that I work to is right next door, and we always share the same criminals. Very unfortunate, but shout out to these detectives. Shout out to everybody also who are not up there, those who are up there who took part in this investigation, guys. Doing these collaborations, these joint task force, when you come together, it's not easy. The collaboration is easy, but it's a lot of work and a lot of effort, a lot of long hours investigating these crimes, you guys. But in order to actually stop these gangs, connect evidence, also join, corroborate evidence and information across city and county lines, it is a lot of work, you guys. So I can't stress how complex it is to do these type of operations. But shout out to everybody for working hard and getting this done, you guys. This is going to blow you away.
Knowledge those that are on the front line working really hard to get things done. And these two gentlemen have done just an excellent job. What today's indictment is about is the Drug Rich Gang, which is a hybrid gang, and it started back in 2016. That's how far we can document this gang existing. We know that it is a gang that primarily actually exists out of DeKalb County, the Stone Mountain and the Tucker area. But as we know, crime and criminals have no boundaries, and they found their way into my county, Fulton County. I have a message today that you will hear repeated time and time again. If you thought Fulton was a good county to bring your crime to bring your violence to, you are wrong, and you are going to suffer consequences. And today is the start of some of those consequences.
Let's get it.
This gang, as I mentioned, is a hybrid gang. It does include members of the Gangster Disciples, the Crips, and the Bloods. We know that here in Atlanta, Georgia, that hybrid gangs are something that we regularly see. We know that this gang does have some identifiers that connects it together. They use things like prescription bottles and money symbols, and this is in their jewelry and their tattoos, and we see that present here. We have identifiers identifying this gang. But that's not the problem, that people collected together or they decided to use symbols. It's what they did once they joined together. What this indictment represents is 16 different victims in our county, 16 different incidents of violence.
16 different victims that they know about. You guys, what does that mean? That means they have evidence to support these indictments. 16 victims. That's a lot. You guys, again, a gang is simply mutual identifiers, color, tattoos, language, right? And then you come together collectively and you commit crimes. Listen, Georgia has some tough laws for gang members, you guys, because we have a gang problem out here. I pray that every county right now is mimicking what she is doing and really start putting their foot down on the foolishness that's taking place, you guys. It's out of control. It's absolutely out of control. As you guys know, she had already passed Rico on the YSL game, the Young Slime Life, the rappers there that are part of that gang. You guys, it's not looking good. It's just not looking good for them. There have been more charges, there have been more incidents, more indictments. It is going to be a full winter. Winter's coming, right? For criminals. And listen, rightfully so, you guys, put them under the jail, right? Put them under the jail. Our communities can do a lot better without them, and it's very sad. But again, they have wreaked havoc long enough. And finally, someone is doing right. Listen, rile them all up and throw them in prison where they belong.
And 26 defendants. They committed crime everywhere from the south to the north of my county, which included Union City, Atlanta, and Sandy Springs. The earliest crime committed that is captured in this indictment is a 2008.
26 defendants, you guys. 26. Those are somebody's kids. Somebody's parents aren't doing their job, you guys. This is what this is all about at the end of the day. We have a problem in a lot of these communities where the parents have absolutely no control over their children that they gave birth to. They run wild, they run the streets all types of nights. They're all over the place. They carjack, they steal cars, they run for the police, they shoot at the police, they rob people, kidnap people. You guys, you have no idea. Innocent people die all the time behind the hands of these clowns, you guys. This is zero tolerance. You were looking at Fannie Willis, who was on some zero tolerance campaign. Listen, more power to her. We got to clean the streets up, you guys. This indictment is off the chain, and I hope there's more to come.
Carjacking. The latest was committed just this month. We are aware that crimes have occurred in other jurisdictions, but what this indictment primarily covers are the 16 crimes that committed here in Fulton County. The victims, they do not discriminate, but what they did do is target people who show their wealth on social media. So I do have a message for the public where it is kind of fun to put your things on social media and show off. Unfortunately, these gangs are becoming more savvy, more sophisticated in the way that they target you. And this is a way that we know that they targeted these individuals. And it's because of these great detectives' work where they were able to show that they were following these individuals and using it to their advantage.
Listen, you guys, I say it all the time. Atlanta is home of the fakery. It's home of people who try to emulate the lifestyle of others, right? Everybody wants to be the next superstar. This is Black Hollywood. That's what they call it. A lot of the celebrities, they flaunt their stuff all the time. They're constantly getting robbed. They're constantly getting carjacked. The last one I remember was Ludacris, got his car stolen. Akon got his car stolen, carjacked. They just leave their car out, right? They get out, cars running. They just walk around like everything is all good in Atlanta, and it's absolutely not, right? We even had, what's his name? Thanos, who played Thanos, right? He got his car, I think, stolen or broken into in Atlanta while he was filming the Avengers, the second Avengers movie. You guys, it is off the chain out here. So anyways, but she's absolutely correct, you guys. People put too much of their personal business on social media. I say this all the time to the young ladies, to women just in general. You guys, listen, please stop posting your car. Stop posting your house, your apartment, what you do, what you're doing in the moment. Oh, I'm at this restaurant. Oh, look where I'm at, y'all. Look what I'm doing. The back of you're taking selfies with your home and your address. I had a case one time where a lady was bragging about her new home and what area she stayed in and took a picture in front of the house with her mailbox and the mailbox number there. You guys, people are watching. You have stalkers out here. You have a lot of sick people. That's why I really, really like this phrase that Nori Muhammad from the NOI, he says all the time. I actually really love this quote. He talks about the wasteful spending of the Black community. Again, you guys, this this insatiable appetite to be something, to appear to be more than what we are, to impress others, the constant need to seek validation from others, you guys, is constantly destroying our community and creating a lot of issues and even creating crime, right? And what does he say, which I think is so genius? He says, listen, the Black community, some of us have a spending problem. We spend money recklessly, foolishly. What do? We are buying things we don't need with money that we do not have, with people we do not like, to impress people we do not know. You guys, that's a flawless quote, and it actually hits home on a lot of levels. And so again, I think this desire, this appetite to be someone that you are not for someone you do not know is absolutely destroying these communities, you guys. A lot of this gang activity, a lot of this desire to commit crime is rooted around and centered around the desire and the insatiable appetite for money and material things. It's not that they're poor. It's not that they're poor and they have no other ways of obtaining income. They're doing it out of greed, and they're doing it out of evilness, you guys. That's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Some of the celebrity victims included Calvin Ridley, who is a loved member of our Falcons, Brad Guzan, who is a loved member of the Atlanta United team, Marlo Hampton, who is on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and Brittany Mealy, who is the mother of Future's child. All very well-known celebrities who have decided to take residence.
A Future's child. Which one? You got to be more specific, right? Shout out to Future and all his baby mamas. Jesus Christ, right? And one thing that brother could do is rap and plant a seed. That boy is a seed. He's a seed planter, a woodchucker. What is he on Baby Mama 12 right now? I'm not even gonna go there.
It's right here in Metro Atlanta, because this is a great place to live and we cannot tolerate this. But don't be fooled. This indictment also covers other individuals who are not as famous, but also had their wealth on social media. Lots of social media influencers. The incidences that are in here is, thank God we don't have a murder, but we have kidnapping, we have armed robberies, we have shootings, and we have home invasions. Very violent crimes, things that cannot be allowed in our county, and all done, again, at the hands of crime, at the hands of gangs. What I want the public to see today is a collaboration of law enforcement, because as they have gotten more savvy, so have we. And so what you have is a collaboration of the Atlanta Police Department, the Union City Police Department, the United States Attorney's Office is here today, the Fulton County Sheriff, the Marshals, and the Fulton County District Attorney's Office. We are working together. We are working collaboratively, and we have a message, and that is get out of this county or expect to start seeing sentences that go life plus. Because I am not going to negotiate with gang members. I am not going to allow pleas.
Yeah.
We are going to find you. We are going to convince you. And we're going to send you to the prison for the rest of your days. And I'm not apologizing for that.
Yes. Talk that talk, queen. Talk that talk. What'd she say? Life plus. You're out of here. Listen, you guys, only one way out of this thing. Prison or a soul bond. You can't keep living your life this way and think you're going to get away with it. Listen, talk that talk. Talk that talk. Listen, Fannie Willis she's naming them. You guys, you didn't hear what she said. They got the U.S. attorney back there. What does that mean? You guys, the feds are helping out. The feds are involved. The feds are providing resources. You guys, listen, we're talking wiretap, cell phone, surveillance, tracking, the whole 9 yards. They're all in your business, rightfully so. We have to sweep these criminals up out of here. And I pray that other cities and other states mimic what you see right here today, because they've gotten so comfortable operating with impunity. You guys, absolute impunity, destroying communities. Listen, Fannie says, life plus, holla at me. You guys, listen, kidnapping, armed robbery, listen, these are charges. But then guess what? The moment you add Rico, the moment you add gang charges on it, you're adding a little bit more sauce to that charge. Listen, a lot of people are going to complain and be like, oh, prison reform, right? They're locking up these innocent minorities, they're just poor and trying to live a better life, and felt like the system was pushing them in the place of crime, so they had no choice. No, 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 no. Get up out of here with that. Get up out of here with that. Listen, I'm telling you, I've locked up a lot of people, you guys. Trust me, they know right from wrong. They absolutely do. They're not confused in that area, all the way from the age of 16 and up. You guys, they're pulling triggers and taking lives. They're robbing people, kidnapping people, and kicking in doors, right? So again, it's unfortunate. I hate to see it, but the parents have failed these kids, failed these grown adults. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. I don't feel sorry for them at all. At all. Absolutely not. Shout out to the team right here, the A team. Man, yes, let's bring the city back. Because guess what? At the end of the day, the crime is causing a lot of issues too. Listen, the moment you start messing with people's money, right? The crime is messing with people's money, you guys. And people are tired of it. Absolutely tired of it.
I have a relationship with the district attorney in DeKalb. I cannot say we specifically collaborated on this incident. I will say that we know that this gang has also committed crimes in Cobb, in Fayette, in a lot of the surrounding jurisdictions, and they have been at the table as we have developed these crimes. In fact, I'm aware that the Gwinnett district attorney does have an indictment against some of these same members, and she has sent part of her staff to be at the table.
All right. So what is she saying in this moment, you guys? Listen, I've worked in joint task force before. I've worked and collaborated multiple agencies on cases that I've had. And normally how this works, you guys, is that you start connecting your evidence with another city, with another county, and you're like, hey, listen, these guys robbed the bank over here. They've also done these crimes and that crimes. Okay, yeah. We're looking for them as well for these crimes and that crimes, you guys. And then you come together, right, with the state, and they say, listen, let's put this all together. Let's put it all under one umbrella, right? That way we can charge them for everything across lines. We can charge them with everything. You guys, Rico is such a beautiful, beautiful charge. It's a phenomenal way to wrap everything up in a beautiful, beautiful knitted bow and then properly bury the case, right? Everybody's closing out their case now. Why? Because say, hey, those criminals that you're looking for in your city, okay, we're also looking for them in our city. Let's share and collaborate information and evidence, and let's get them up out of here. Let's get them up out of here. I love it.
Yes, but we do have crimes going back in this indictment to 2018, because once that research was done, we saw that there were crimes going back to 2018. We also have this gang documented going as far back as 2016. As George Chidi just pointed out, this is a gang that primarily operates in DeKalb, and so I can honestly tell you, when they first brought this to me, I said, this is not one that I'm familiar with. We don't hear about them a lot. And then we began to realize that's because most of the work they had put in, and I use work in the slang term, most of the crime that they were doing was out of DeKalb County, but they decided to cross the county lines, and that's going to be detrimental to them.
Ooh, talk that talk. That's what I'm talking about. She said, listen, you done crossed the line over here. I don't know what everybody else doing, but when you step over here, it's over with. Listen, Atlanta needs this type of tough talk. Why? Because some people before her have let the place fall apart. All the way from the mayor on down. Let the place fall apart. You know what this does? This is actually going to revitalize the police department, right? They're going to be more incentivized, more encouraged to come out here and do their job when they know that when they are actually working hard, sacrificing to apprehend these violent offenders, that the DA is actually going to hold these criminals accountable and not just let them go simply because we're being softer on crime. Right. So this is absolutely phenomenal. There's more.
Lyrics from a couple of videos.
It does.
And you were going through the lyrics and you Johnson, Congressman, has proposed legislation to limit the use of rap lyrics in prosecutions. Do you have thoughts about that?
I think that I would welcome an opportunity to sit down with Hank Aaron and discuss that proposed legislation. I don't think that it will be successful. I think if you decide to admit your crimes over a beat, I'm going to use it.
Got him.
You've used that before, previous gang member arrests. What are your specific responses to the criticism that you're specifically targeting Atlanta's hip hop community through these lyrics?
I'm not targeting anyone, but however, you do not get to commit crimes in my county and then decide to brag on it, which you do that for a form of intimidation and to further the gang and not be held responsible. One of the lyrics used in this indictment, just one of the lyrics is, me and my crew striking out, striking in all black. Send me the drop, we'll kick in the house. If we steal a car, we're gonna take off the tag. Well, they kicking indoors, committing home invasions, and now I'm using those lyrics that they're admitting to doing that. I'm gonna continue to do that. People can continue to be angry about it. I have some legal advice. Don't confess to crimes on rap lyrics if you do not want them used, or at least get out of my county.
Listen, I say it all the time. Listen, this thing has gotten popular within hip hop music, within, Black music, where rappers are rapping about how they are killing people. And it's very accurate, right? What they did, how they did it, headshots, how many bullets, what car they got away with, and the witness that they also had to go see about. How much it cost, what the hit was like, who was the shooter, and how many bodies they got. You guys, this is a running trend right now, and it's called drill music. So now people are upset, right? They're confessing to murders, they're confessing to killing and committing crimes in their music. They call it poetry. They call it art form. Yes, the art of destructive behavior. And what are they doing? She's taking advantage of it and she's using it as a form of evidence to prosecute her cases. Well done. Absolutely well done. And instead of complaining about the lyrics, how about we talk about the behavior? How about we discourage the behavior? You guys, people want to talk about, oh, this is creative expression. Yeah, and so is the art of killing, right? And so again, at the end of the day, we need to start talking about the behavior and stop complaining about the prosecution. You guys, it's so weird to me how we focus on things that are constantly counterproductive for our growth, our success, and our well-being. Shout out to Fannie Willis for really taking charge of this. This is absolutely necessary. I love it.
It sounds like when it comes to the investigation, not that the days of people being followed home from a restaurant or something like that aren't still happening, but it sounds like it's as simple as somebody posts, hey, I got this new chain, I got this new car, and these guys are just sitting back, scroll. Can you kind of just take us through that process?
I have a very good example of that. Marlo Hampton is a star on Atlanta Housewives. That's a show. It's Atlanta, so I like it and I watch it, and I'm a fan of hers. One of the things she does, though, is at one point she has the news media in her home. And during that interview, she shows you how to enter the house, where things are within her closet. She then becomes a victim. That's not wise to do. You should be able to show you've worked hard, you have some success, people are interested in you. You should be able to show that. But it's not a wise thing to do because you're exactly right. Now what they're doing is they're looking on social media and they are seeing, are there things here that we would like to get? One of the things the investigators realized is they're immediately going to closets. They're immediately going to bedrooms. They know where these high-end items are and they are seeking to get them. And so it's just not wise to do. And you're right, they have become more sophisticated, but luckily they give us good evidence because we're able to track them as they are tracking other individuals. But my message to the public is please stop doing that.
Are most of these home invasions, or are they burglaries and they don't care if they're home, or because there's obviously a big difference between burglary and home invasion?
You guys, again, what is she saying? Please stop marketing and advertising your personal business, the money you have. I know, I get it, it's part of whatever. You're free to do what you want, but you run the risk, right? At the end of the day, I mean, in simplest form, there's no other simple way to put it. We've gotten way too comfortable.
They're actually both. Sometimes the victim, like Mariah Carey, was not home at the time, right? So it becomes a burglary. In other times, unfortunately, the victims are home and they don't mind using violence once they enter the home and you're present. So sometimes they are just burglaries, sometimes they are home invasions. Either way, people's dwellings, their homes, where you feel safe is violated and things are taken. But unfortunately, in some occasions, people are targeted and really harmed. In one of these cases, we had a 16-year-old child in the shower, and she was taken downstairs by force. You know, an incident as a mom, I cannot imagine having to have gone through and suffered. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna stop it there so this video is not too long, but clearly she's speaking to some of the evidence of their indictment that they have, and she talks about how one of the crimes, a home invasion, a 16-year-old girl was in the shower and they dragged her down the steps. Obviously, one could argue that they probably didn't wait for her to put clothes on, right? You guys, listen, I've worked a few home invasions, some that were initially supposed to be burglaries, but the residents were home. It is probably one of the many terrifying things that you'll ever experience in your life. I spoke to victims years later after testifying on cases, and they are still traumatized by that. You don't feel safe. I know people who moved out, moved states simply because they just did not feel safe. It's very sad, you guys. This happens a lot. It's very unfortunate. And some of these suspects who commit these home invasions, some of them are as young as 16, 15 years old. You know, I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine, you guys. But listen, I'll put a clip for the rest of this. There's probably like 15 more minutes left. I'm not going to go through all of it. I just wanted to kind of cover that, give you guys an update. 26, I believe there's supposed to be 5 more, I think maybe, that are not, no, correction, there's 18 in custody. And I believe there's 5 at large that have not been apprehended yet in reference to this Rico case. So as you know, there's already one going on right now with the YSL, the gang, and even with this particular group, this particular gang, there are rappers in this group as well. And so I don't know if they're popular, if they're local. Some of the rappers are local, but they're from out of state, from up north, and they're down here, creating havoc. So listen, you guys, this is crazy. I'm excited. I think this is great news. I think this needs to be a moving trend. I think it's going to send a very, very powerful message to those who want to visit the city, come out here and cause problems. They're going to think twice, right? And so I think this needs to be a consistent, concerted effort, not just with gangs, but also individuals who commit crimes of violence against other people. And, there needs to be a very, very strong deterrent. And I think this is a powerful message. And I'm curious to know what you guys think. Listen, do we feel sorry for these guys and gals? I don't know if there's any females that are being locked up behind this too, but do we feel sorry? What are you guys' thoughts? What do you think about this? Listen, shout out to the DA's office. Shout out to Fannie Willis and her team. Shout out to all the departments who came together to cooperate on this massive, massive investigation. It just goes to show you guys that there are still great officers and investigators out here doing the work, and keeping the streets safe, keeping the people safe. That cannot be understated. That cannot be denied. So shout out to them. Give them all their flowers, you guys. Again, we know there's some issues here and there, but at the end of the day, they do keep the place better. They do keep the place safer. So with that, you guys, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And with that, good night. God bless.